is almost here. MLB The Show 22 is about 16 days away from the time I'm recording this video. I think I'm putting it out on Friday. So at that point, we are 2 weeks away from early access of MLB The Show 22 coming out on April 1st, and the game cannot get here soon enough. I cannot wait. We have so much content planned for the game, but in this video, going to be giving you guys another preview video for MLB The Show 22, and this is 22 tips you should know going into Diamond Dynasty Day 1. If you're excited for this one, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it, but I hope you all enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
We are going to jump straight into the tips with tip number 1. If you lock a player into a collection, that is going to make them non-sellable. So if you lock Mike Trout into the Los Angeles Angels Live Series collection, you will not be able to sell him anymore. So make sure that's what you want to do. Tip number 2 has to do with your fielding construction. If you take a player and you play them at their secondary position, they are going to lose 5 overall points in reaction time, and they're going to lose 5 points on their fielding. Take, for instance, this 99 overall Trey Turner has 89 reaction time, 91 fielding, but if I move him over to shortstop, which is his secondary position, you are going to see his reaction time went from 89 to 84, and his fielding went from 91 to 86. Tip number 3 is going to be on the marketplace. Any cards you sell, whether you sell them for 100,000 stubs or you sell them for 1,000 stubs, they are going to have a 10% tax implemented. So if you sell a card for 100,000 stubs, you're actually going to wind up getting 90,000 stubs. If you sell a card for 1,000 stubs, you're only going to wind up with 900 stubs. Tip number 4 is also going to have to do with the marketplace here. Buy and sell orders will help you save a ton of stubs. You'll see right here, a 99 overall Dave Parker. You can sell them right now for 360,000 stubs on the market. You'll get your stubs right away with the tax, probably about 330,000 stubs. But if you look to the left-hand side of your screen, people are putting in buy orders right now for this car for 475,000 stubs. So what you want to do, instead of selling your car for 360,000 stubs, you want to put in a sell order that is a little bit less than the lowest one right now. You'll see the lowest sell order for Dave Parker is 475,000 stubs. So if you went ahead and you put the card up for 470,000 stubs, or even 465, you are going to make about 100,000 stubs more than if you just sold them now. Tip number 5 is going to have to do with your players' overall ratings here. So if you take a look at the vision stat and the discipline stat going into next year's game, vision and discipline are going to be big when it comes to check swinging calls. So if you're somebody that's going to be check swinging a lot, if you're a new player, you don't know which pitches to swing at, which ones not to swing at, having a higher vision and discipline rating on your card is going to give you the benefit of the doubt on some of those check swing calls. Tip number 6 is going to be get players with more quirks. If you're not familiar with quirks, you don't know what they are, especially for your newer players. They are something that goes with the card that essentially makes them play better in game. So you'll see this 99 overall Freddie Freeman, we're going to count the quirks here, has about 19 quirks on his card. He's a 99 overall card, obviously has great base stats, but with the quirks, you're going to see another 99 overall first baseman in Matt Carpenter, who only has 6 quirks. So Freddie Freeman's actually going to play a lot better in game, despite Matt Carpenter and Freddie Freeman having some pretty good stats. Tip number 7 is going to be find pitchers with a sinker and cutter combo, 2 of the best pitches in the game. Every single year of MLB The Show, those 2 pitches just complement each other really, really well. You have one pitch that breaks inside, then you have the other that cuts outside. They work really well together. Super good pitches. Tip number 8, if you are playing any single player mode challenge that allows you to play versus the CPU, taken for example Team Affinity, you have monthly awards, play against the Colorado Rockies at Coors Field, because that's going to help you hit more home runs, get more hits, get more RBIs. So any single player challenge that allows you to play against the CPU, play it at Coors Field. For tip number 9, exchanges are the fastest way to earn yourself one free player from every single division in Team Affinity. Team Affinity always has some of the best players, especially at the beginning of the year. For Team Affinity Season 1, all probably going to be 88 overall. Those are going to make excellent additions to your team, so you want to go ahead and get them as fast as possible. So exchanges are super essential. If you complete exchanges 1 to 4, that's going to earn you one free Team Affinity player every division. Back to the market for tip number 10. If you are getting the game early access on April 1st, live series cards are going to be cheaper that day than they're going to be for the next few weeks and the next few months. The reason being, not a lot of people are going to have a lot of stubs. So Mike Trout's only going to sell for 250 to 300,000 stubs over the course of the next few weeks and months. He's probably going to reach that 500,000 to 600,000 stub threshold. Now I know it's a lot getting stubs on day 1, but if you can get some stubs, maybe take advantage with buying those live series cards. Tip number 11, collecting things things like stadiums, uniforms, equipments can earn yourself some easy stubs. They can earn you some packs. So collect stadiums, collect your uniforms, because you never know what they're going to get you. If you collect 120 of these throwback uniforms, you can get 20 of the show packs, which would be great. Beginning of the year, you get some ball as a habit packs as well. And then you have the equipment, you have audio calls, you have bat grips. That will get you stubs. This is all going to help when you're getting live series cards and collection. Tip number 12 has to do with live series cards. Live series cards have something called Inside Edge, which takes place in real life. If they have a great matchup that day in real life at the plate or on the mound, they are going to get plus minus to their contact or their power, or if they're pitching, they're going to get plus minus to their hits per 9 or their Ks per 9. So some cards actually go up in value if they have a good matchup that day or that series, or they can go down in value if they have a bad matchup that series. Tip number 13 has to do with daily moments. As long as it didn't change this, you actually have 3 days to complete a daily moment. So when the game comes out on April 1st, if they come out with a daily moment that day, you'll actually have until April 3rd to complete the April 1st one, and then you'll have till April 5th to complete the April 3rd one. Obviously, you can complete them whenever you want, but that's a good thing to have 3 days to do them. Tip number 14 is going to be do your Tops Now moments. Tops Now moments are going to give you free diamond cards onto your team, and they're also going to come into play when you get to the programs such as monthly awards. Every single month, you have to do a collection, which takes into account every single Tops Now card from that month. So by doing the Tops Now moments, you will get these cards free instead of having to pay in the stubs for them. Tip number 15, if you don't feel like making your own logo in Diamond Dynasty, you can find somebody's custom logo in the logo vault. All you have to do is go to the logo vault and just search up what you want. If you want a Marvel, you want a Star Wars, you want your own custom MLB team logo, you can do that. Just search it up. There's a ton of great logos on the logo vault. Tip number 16 is going to have to do with conquest. Not only are you going to get packs and players from completing the conquest, as you're going about the map, you can actually find hidden rewards on every single conquest map. Tip number 17, Battle Royale is going to cost you 1,500 stubs to enter, but if you lose, you are still going to wind up getting one standard the show pack, which is basically going to be that price amount that you paid for to get into Battle Royale. So there's really no harm in playing Battle Royale, because you're going to get that pack back no matter what, and you can still wind up getting a live series diamond if you play well enough. Tip number 18, we are going to go back to the quirks here, and now we're taking a look at a pitcher 99 overall Jacob deGrom, and deGrom is not the only person to have this quirk, but we are looking at outlier here. By far the best quirk for a pitcher in the game. I would probably say the best quirk in the game entirely with batters and pitchers. This quirk was the reason why deGrom, Edward Cabrera, Verlander were so great the entire year. A lot of people, especially at the beginning of the year, are going to have real difficulty timing up a 102 mile per hour fastball sinker, so make sure you're going out and trying to find pitchers with outlier. Tip number 19 is really going to go with your lineup construction here. You want to look for players at the beginning of the year with good power and good defense, and maybe some good speed as well. Contact isn't as super important as it is later on in the year. The reason for that, your contact stat as a hitter goes up against the pitcher's hits per 9. So if the pitcher you're going up against has, for example, 125 hits per 9, that is going to be the max hits per 9 they can have, which is going to make your PCI very, very small, especially if you have a bad contact rating. But at the beginning of the year, pitchers aren't going to really have a high hits per 9, so you can get away with a low contact at the beginning of the year. What you really want is players that can hit the ball all over the ballpark and hit the ball over the fence, and then you also want to have good defense as well. Tip number 20, we're going to go back to pitchers here, and this is get pitchers that can throw absolute gas. Even if they don't have outlier, if they can throw 98, 99, 100 miles an hour, if you're playing Battle Royale, if you're playing ranked seasons, people, especially new players, are going to have a problem hitting fast stuff at the beginning of the year. Tip number 21, you can go to your inventory and you can go to My MLB Players. That way you can filter any single player that you want, or search for any single player you want in the entire inventory of MLB The Show, regardless if you have them or you don't have them. Also, if you want to filter by position, you want to check out some of the best players at that position of who you might want to pick up on the marketplace. All you have to do is go to position, let's say starting pitcher, and they are going to filter every single card in the game from highest overall all the way to lowest overall for you. Tip number 22 is going to be the final one for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Ton of MLB The Show 22 content coming. You want to go to exchanges here if you have low bronze, low silver overall cards that don't sell for too much on the market, and you're going to go ahead and quick sell them or sell them on the marketplace. Do not do that. Exchange them for gold players, because some gold players are going to go for much more than silver players and bronze cards on the market, and they're also going to come into play for live series collection. Okay, everyone, that is going to do it for 22 tips to know day one of MLB The Show 22. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Which tip in the comments down below do you feel like was the most useful? Let me know, and make sure to follow me at my social links, which are on the screen for you all right now. But that's going to do it for me today, everyone. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.